I heard some words the other day from a lady named Tabitha. And the first sentence that she said really deeply I felt within my soul. And she said, children are given such a short amount of time to be children. The more I think about it, it really saddens my heart. I feel so sad and so bad for children around the world. Even children that are being born now. It's they don't deserve, to be robbed out of the short time that they have to be free, to be a child, to experience, to explore the world, to explore who they really are, to play in the rain, to play in the mud, to climb a tree, to allow their imagination to just run wild. Imagination is real. It's really real. It's many parents operate in a space of unresolved issues and unhealed wounds and traumas. That is what controls a lot of humanity. That is what a lot of parents operate out of. Because that's where I used to operate out of. I don't know anymore, but I did before. During this, spiritual healing and me facing my shadow self and stuff like that, it really makes me cry, and it saddens my heart that as I think about everything, how I was, and how unhealed, how many traumas that I didn't know I was carrying. I freaking was operating out of that. I was moving my whole life. It's the decisions and my actions were based on my unresolved issues and childhood traumas and wounds and abuse, abandonment, and unlove and unworthiness. I raised my children to the best of my ability from what I thought was okay, from what I thought all that I had is how I operated, because I fell victim as well as we all do to the system. I didn't know no better. At the end of the day, when we as parents operate out of an unhealed inner issues, the ones that suffer really is our children, because we can't see what we really are doing. We don't see our actions as being wrong, because we don't know ourselves. We don't know that we're doing something wrong. We don't know that what we're telling our children are lies, or what we're feeding our children is garbage, is destroying them. The DNA, their soul. We don't know that we didn't know that the system wasn't for us. Like we thought they were. And a lot of parents, they know better. But their wounds and fear and, bad lifestyles and habits got a very, strong grip on a lot of humans, that they are so lazy, or they choose to remain or live in ignorance. And then again, they don't see that is affecting their children. That is stealing the time that your children have to be children. Many parents don't allow the children to be free because they start to program into their subconscious mind and conscious mind but the beliefs of the system, their lies. They teach the children how to lie, how to accept lie easily. They program fear into the little one. Many parents still to this day program fear into their children, and they force their children to do or to be something that they're not, and to do things that they are not supposed to do. When a newborn, when a child is brought into this earth, they're free. They're free. They have no name, no labels, no nothing. The parents starts to program bullshit into them. The parent starts to force false beliefs and lies and ways and habits and lifestyles onto them. The parents do that. We do this to our children. Then many parents still to this day allow the system to enslave their children, to become slave to the system, forcing them to act certain ways, to do certain things, to follow, listen, and obey, when they're not supposed to do any of that. Children's souls knows. And parents operating out of unresolved issues, wounds, and traumas, you steal that from your children. You steal that freedom from your child. You teach them to celebrate things that are wicked, that are evil, that goes against our human nature. Parents teach their children to just be quiet, sit down, follow, obey, and listen. That's wrong. Many parents never really create the space for children to be free, to be fully free. I guarantee you, if you just allow your child to explore their own truth, to explore who they really are, to explore the world, to explore life through their eyes, through the portals of their own eyes, they can teach you a lot. They will teach you the ways of life. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what our children will learn, grasp, how powerful they'll become if we allow children to be children for that short amount of time that they have. Many parents rob their joy, rob their childhood by not allowing them to express themselves, their feelings and emotions, because they quickly name call them or label them, That traumatizes a kid. That, really wounds them to the point where when they get older, they become misunderstood. They feel like they're not being heard. Like they must walk around life being quiet all the time because of what happened to their childhood. Walk around confused, not knowing. Allowing all those emotions and feelings to build up within themselves, which only causes to harm themselves, only causes them to become depressed, become miserable, become something that they're not. And all because they were robbed out of their short time that they had to be a child. Because their parents were never a great role model. Their parents never bothered to be different, take a different route, do things different. Many parents decided to just pass down generational curses without even caring how that was going to affect their own child. And then our children grow up carrying that unhealed wounds and traumas and unresolved issues, and all they hear is constant, the name calls when they try to express their feelings and emotions by their own parent, What do you think that's going to do to a child mentally and emotionally? It shatters them. Then the child grow up to operate out of a space of fear, out of a space of loneliness, sadness, with no identity, not knowing who they really are, with no purpose in life. Some children grow up to be savages. Some children grow up to just, because they have all that childhood unhealed wounds and trauma, and they don't know how or what is wrong with them, because their parent taught them it was okay to shut up, that it was not okay to express themselves. You sit there, you be quiet, you follow, you listen, and you obey. Fear. Fear robbed their joy. Fear robbed them out of their life. And will continue to rob them out of their joy and happiness because they will operate out of fear. As soon as they were born, here's your name. Here's your social security number. Here's here's your slavery number. Here's what you're supposed to do. Here's what you're not supposed to do. Here is this. Here is that. No, it's all wrong. No. These generations is broken. It's sick, sad, hurting, broken. No love, no freedom, no identity. Just fear. Just fear. Lack of self-respect. You know? Lack of care for humanity or the world. Being exposed to so many unhealthy, toxic, negative environment, people, situation, things. You know? Movies, shows, music. This is how many parents rob their children out of the short time that they have to be a child, to be free. Many parents do this still without even knowing. Many parents do it on purpose, just because they don't care. Just because their ignorance will always win. Their ignorance is always bigger than wanting to do better for their children. Unfortunately, the children is the one that end up suffering. All children are meant to be free. Completely and utterly free. Yes, we can guide them, but we must let them explore their own truth. We must let them explore who they are. We must let them explore life. We must let them explore the world, the outside world on their own. We must let them explore their own, to be able to express themselves in any way. Cry, yell, kick, scream. What is it? What is bothering you? Because a lot of time is their environment. A lot of times the things that they see. There's a lot of times they're hurting, they're sad, and they don't know how to express it. And a lot of parents, all they do is shut up, sit down, or smack them, or name call them. That's not okay. That is not okay. That is not okay. Because that traumatizes them. They grow up to be in the streets because they lack the love and protection and safety and affection from their mom. Because they think since their mom or the dad, or mainly their mom, because it's usually the mom that gets stuck with the parent, with the kid, with raising the kid. They look up to the mom, and if the mom is a fucked up role model, they don't see no wrong in that. So they grow up thinking that my mom did it this way, she programmed me this way, so this is the way it must be. Not knowing that they are more to that. They way more to that. But they walk around with no identity because of all the ass whooping and all the shut up and sit down, be quiet that was forced upon them. All the false belief that was forced upon them. They grow up to be lost. Fear. At some point in your life, you know, once you're older, once you grow up, you have to take full responsibility for your own life. You have to break away from all that false programming, false belief, and just find yourself. Do what you wasn't given as a child to do, to be free. It's never too late. It's never too. It's just sad that, you know, our children have to suffer so much, you know, and they have to endure so much, which they shouldn't have. But as an adult, you should want to seek better. You should do better. You should go heal yourself. Figure out what it is that is making you operate. It's making you adapt or attract or have such a toxic lifestyle. Make such bad decisions and choices. Moms, don't allow your unhealed wounds and traumas and your unresolved inner issues to steal the joy out of your child or out of your children. Don't. Allow them to express themselves in any way that they need to. Be patient with them. Understand that, especially if you know that your child has been exposed to so many inappropriate, unhealthy, toxic, miserable things that children shouldn't be exposed around. Try to be understanding that that might be the reason why your child is acting the way it's acting, because children act out children don't know how to deal with their emotions, so they act out to the best of their ability, hoping and praying that their mommy notices and care enough and love them enough to actually sit down and try to show love and affection and try to help them find the root of their issue, of their problem, of why they're crying, why they're sad, and create a better space for them. Don't shatter this short time that they have to being children just because you're miserable, just because you're unhappy, just because, things doesn't work out your way, or just because you can't get your shit together, or just because you just don't want to heal, or you just don't want to do better. Don't yell at them for them expressing their feelings and emotion. Don't tell them who they are. Allow them and let them go within and find out who they are. Allow them and let them explore their little self, what they came here to do and be. Allow them to find their purpose, to find their identity on their own, because they will. If we allow children to be children, they will find their identity. They will find who they are. They will know their purpose. They will know that they have power within themselves. They will know how to use that power to change the world. They will know. Allow your children to be free and not a slave to the system, not a slave to your own beliefs, not a slave to the bullshit of the world. Allow your child to be different. Don't allow your child to follow the lost crowd and doing everything that everyone is doing just to fit in, just to be like. But because we're not meant to fit in, we're meant to stand out. We're meant to be different, because each and every one of us holds a purpose. There's no competition among us. There's no separation among us. The system creates separation. Labels create separation. Religions create separation. Everything in this system is designed for a purpose and a reason, and it's to create separation from humanity, to make you think that you must eat, sleep, and talk, walk, dress, do at this certain way, that as the way that they tell you to. This is who you are. No, it doesn't work that way. You guys are far from the truth. Stop forcing your children to celebrate things that goes against our human nature. Stop programming fear, misery, sadness into them. Stop stealing the short amount of time that they have to be children. Stop stealing that from them. Allow them to express themselves. They're not the problem. It's you. You're the problem. There's nothing wrong with your child, your children. You are. There's something wrong with you, with the surroundings, the way you speak to them, the words, what you expose them to, what you tell them that they can and cannot do. Telling them who they are without allowing them to explore that area, it's wrong. Tell them to follow a belief system that's false, it's wrong. Forcing them into medication and vaccines that just poison their system, it's wrong. All my children as an adult, and I mean worldwide, once you become an adult, it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to break free, to actually say enough is fucking enough. and actually be free to explore, to do what you was meant to do as a child, but you never got the chance to because of your parent, because of your mom or dad. If some of y'all have dads in your life, it's okay to guide up, our children. It's not okay to entertain the bad that they do. It's not okay to applaud, the fucked up behavior and the shit that they do. It's not. It's okay to try to discipline your child. Even as an adult, it's okay to try to steer them at the right path. Because all you could do now, like my situation, I know better now. So from what my experiences and from what I know up to right now, I try my very best to teach my kids, to the best of my ability, how to take control of their own life. How to take responsibility over their entire life, their choices and decisions. How to not steal the joy out of their children. How to allow the children to express themselves fully. But I'm doing the work myself. I didn't have a mother or dad to guide me in this path. I didn't have a mother and dad to tell me this is wrong. Don't do this. When I was fucking up as a teenager, when I was fucking up growing up as an adult, I didn't have that. I didn't have that. So if I could do it, if I could turn my life the fuck around and do things better, be the difference of this world, anyone else can too. Again, I didn't have no guidance. I didn't have a mom and dad. I lost my mom in the early age. I didn't have no mom and dad to guide me or to nip me up my ass or pull my ear when I'm doing something wrong. I was operating out of unhealed wounds and traumas as a child. And I didn't know no better. But I take full responsibility for my life. Full responsibility. I don't blame nobody. Not my mom, not my dad, nobody. Because they didn't know no fucking better. Because my dad was operating out of the same problem. And they programmed us with bullshit beliefs because that's all their damn parents programmed into them. So I'm not mad at my parents. But it was my responsibility to do better. I had two choices. Remain in the generational curses and follow, obey, and listen. Stay quiet. And continue to consume the garbage that the system throws out. Or do what I didn't do when I was a child and break myself free and find myself. Find my truth. Find my identity, my purpose. And share this shit with the world. And I chose the second one. I chose to break fucking free. And every day I'm learning. Every single day I'm learning non-stop. I'm healing myself. And I will forever heal myself. I will forever continue to heal. Because I have so much unhealed wounds and traumas that still needs my attention. But I can freely say that I take full responsibility for my life. And the areas that I lack, even with my children. I'm not afraid to show the world who I am. I'm not afraid to admit my wrongs. Unlike a lot of y'all humans who pretend to be something that y'all not. Who hide the wrong that y'all do from the world just to keep up with a reputation or an image. That's not me. It's never too late to do better. It's never too late. Again, children are not stupid. Children are smarter than you think. And it's our duty as a parent to create that space for them to be free, to be the right role model for them. You don't have to pretend to have this perfect lifestyle, because being there, in your presence, just being there is not enough. You have to be deeply caring, loving, genuinely understanding, kind, patient. But it has to start somewhere. We can't just keep pointing our fingers to the world and to everybody else for your misery. You can't. At some point in your damn life, you have to take full responsibility for your damn life. Your habits, your lifestyle, your decision, your poor decision, and your choices. You have to take a stand. You have to take full responsibility for it. Not blame anybody else. Until then, until you actually do that, you will forever live in misery. Healing starts when you face your shadow self, your shadow side. Healing starts when you sit the fuck down and be still with yourself and go within and face yourself and not be afraid of your darkness. All the parents out there, especially mothers. Because again, not many dads stays in their kids' life. And if they do, they don't really care what their fucking kids do. But create that space for your child to be a child. Remember, they only have a short amount of time to be children. They have a long time to be adults and teens. They only have a short amount of time to be a child. That time, it is to be used for them to explore freely themselves. Don't rob them out of that. Go heal yourself. Go find yourself. Learn to live in the ways of human nature and nature's law. This life is truly in your hands. This life is truly yours. And if you have any babies, their life, their freedom is truly in your hands. Their freedom or their slavery is in your hands. Your choice.